Alright, so threw this back together real quick. Here is the whole burner assembly before I put it back in. The flame sensor is in there, the hot surface igniter is in there. Something that's new on this furnace, or different on this furnace than a lot of the ones I've seen, is these little side brackets that hold everything kind of together. They're cast aluminum, and they actually have a just like on the package unit we dealt with, we had those two screws that were put in backwards. This one actually has a little dimple or a little nub, whatever you want to call it, on each side, and it aligns back to the side of the entrance to the heat exchanger, so you're lined up pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to reinstall this, and then we're going to talk about a few other things. But it's pretty much cut and dry. Cleaning the burners and the flame sensor, and checking the hot surface igniter. So I'm going to install this, and there we go. Once you take and you reassemble the gas manifold, you make sure that all these orifices are free and clear of any obstructions. I mean, we can go ahead and put those back as well. All right. So we'll put that back on here. All right. Everybody laughs at me when I do this, right? You see my, you take a magnet on the back of a lid or something, and now you've got your little magnetic base so you don't lose any screws. When you're done, just take the magnet away, and they float around in there. You can dump them back out, right? And put everything back together.
You dropped one.
You be quiet, son. I know I dropped one. You're waiting to laugh at me, I can tell. Because you think this is funny working from home for air conditioning. It's not. All the people watching this video should be doing this lab themselves. Anyway, right? The hot surface igniter, it's got a plug. You really can't mess that up. Just make sure that the orientation is the correct way, and then you just snap it back in. Your gas valve wires, right? They, if you remember or you wrote down what goes where, put that this way. All right, we're going to put those back in so our gas valve works. Okay. We've also got our flame sensor and our rollout switch down here to worry about. This is the flame sensor wire. I'm going to go ahead and plug that on, and these two wires are going to go for my rollout switch. So we're going to plug those back in as well. All right. This furnace had a ground wire that goes down here by the burners. That was one I disconnected. I don't think it was on film, right? Squat down a little bit. And if you look right here, there's a spot that they have notched into the actual burner assembly framework. It doesn't screw on. It's just this is a female terminal, and you just slide it back on that little male piece that they put in there, and everything's reconnected back. Okay. The worst you would have to do is bleed the air out of the gas line once you reattach the gas line, the main gas supply, but that's easy. You're most of the way done. So that concludes the burner disassembly and reassembly, and we'll do another video sometime else.